Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Also the North Central Chaplain for Broken Chains JC. Had a pop-up come up and said there was something wrong with my YouTube. So hopefully you can always, as always, can hear me. But anyway, yes, random. It is afternoon, but morning for me because I was tired. And this is the first time I've gotten to sleep in a really long time. And I didn't intend to sleep as long as I did, but apparently I needed it, so I did sleep. So, that being said, it is October 21st, 2024. We're looking at Proverbs chapter 21. And we're going to look at the last verse in the chapter, verse 31. Have you ever had a situation where you've been told you need to plan for your life? You need to be prepared. You need to have an idea of where you're going and what you're doing. Have you ever had that situation where you thought things weren't... You needed to have a good idea of where you're going and what you're doing, right? People say fail to plan and you plan to fail, right? Plans are everything, but they're nothing. You know, we've had all of these cliches. In the spiritual realm, we get told, well, if you're planning, you're not allowing the Holy Spirit to work. And on the other side of it, in the spiritual side of things, you have people on the other side of that say, if you fail to plan, you're not moving, and if you're not moving, God can't steer you. If I have to pick a camp, I'm more towards that last camp. But I read in Proverbs 21, verse 31, it says, a horse is prepared for the day of battle, but victory comes from the Lord. You see, when it comes down to it, the horse, especially back then, was a critical war element. If you had the most horses, the most chariots, and the most trained riders, you were probably going to win the battles. The horse has to be trained. It has to be taught. You have to learn how to ride it. You have to learn how to handle it in all conditions. If it is prepared for the day of battle, you have a really good chance of winning. But at the end of the day, and I hate that phrase, but literally at the end of the day, when the battle is over, the victor won because of God. And we can see examples of that throughout the Bible and throughout history, where the least powerful ended up winning the battle. You go in prepared with as much as you got. But at the end of that battle, you know that the victory came from the Lord. Today, as you go out into the day, this week as you go out into your week, you should have a plan. You should have things in place. I have a snowblower I've got parts coming for because I know snow is coming. And could something else go wrong with the snowblower? Absolutely. But I know that part is broken. And so I'm going to fix that part. I have leaves that need to be mulched. I need to plan for that, right? I'll have to get some gas for the lawnmower. Honestly, I'm not going to get out there and do it right now because 90% of my leaves are still in the tree. So I'm planning. But the victory will belong to the Lord. There was a couple of years ago, I did this same thing, and I waited, and the snow came before all the leaves came out of the tree. I didn't get them mulched up. It was a mess in the spring. I planned, but I didn't get that victory. I know it's a really ridiculous comparison because Beating the leaves is minor. But when you rely on the Lord, that's where everything else matters. And so it's important that we remember this. You need to plan. You have to have a goal. But the victory isn't yours to be won. That's where the Holy Spirit comes in. That's why I think we should plan and then allow the Holy Spirit to steer. Right? I can have all kinds of plans. Some of them are good, others not so much. But if I am moving in a direction, the Holy Spirit can steer me. And if I have something prepared, there's something there to be used. Whereas if I have nothing prepared, then there has to be preparation time when the Holy Spirit comes in. Why operate from a place of bursts of power instead of operating from the fullness of the glory of God? Just my thought for today. Guys, have a great day, and God bless.